Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders Singh. What's current? This is a VladTV exclusive. Tory Lanez denied. He rejected, and he wasn't denied by someone else, but he denied himself a 4-year plea deal to get time served in prison instead of the full 10 years. Now, this is a point of contention within the legal realm. There are various law officials who would say that there are 5 reasons to reject a plea deal in your criminal case, and of those 5, they go into different ones. I'm reading this from the Gambone Law Association. Here's number 5. Number 5, you have defense, fact witnesses, and good character. Well, Tory Lanez, I don't know if he had that. I don't know if he had defense fact witnesses in good character. Did he have a good character for being convicted? Now that we have more information and more evidence of him shooting at Megan Thee Stallion's feet. That's something that can be considered. That's something that could be entered into the foray of the case. It's a little late now, but he rejected the 4-year plea deal. He completely threw it out. This is coming from VladTV. This was posted at 3:48 p.m. today, Thursday, September 6th. 7th. Pardon me, 7th. I'm in yesterday. Thursday, September 7th. So, this came out just a few minutes ago, not too long ago, Thursday, September 7th. He's on a different wavelength. He's on a different way of conveying himself when he wants to say he didn't want to take that plea deal of only 4 years. Because what if, he did take the deal? What would have happened then? Here's the other reason. The prosecution's case is based entirely on hearsay evidence. Was it based on hearsay evidence, or was it on factual issues? On factual grounds, on actual, crime scene investigators who picked up on the various kinds of evidence that was present at the scene. Is that a case for the prosecution? I'm just running down these. The case has pretrial issues and probably won't even go to trial. Well, they went to trial, and he was found guilty, and he's sentenced to 10 years. The prosecutor of district attorney has overcharged you, quote unquote. So I'm going to give you the backstory behind this. This is according to Gambone law. Again, the prosecution must meet each and every element of an offense beyond a reasonable doubt. Frequently, we'll see cases where the assistant district attorney or prosecutor will have little, if any, chance of getting a conviction on all of the charges, especially the most serious felony offense. There are degrees of offenses in Pennsylvania, and aggravated assault, for example, can be a felony of the first on second degree offenses. And this is different than California law, but this is the Gambone law says for Pennsylvania. An aggravated assault, for example, can be a felony of the first or on second degree, but it can also be the misdemeanor offense of simple assault. A robbery, like an aggravated assault, can be graded as a felony on the first, second, or even third degree, depending upon the circumstances surrounding what happened. If you're considering a plea officer, your criminal defense lawyer needs to consider not only the charges but the degree of the defense. This can make a huge difference during the evaluation of plea offer. So I think that's a lot of legalese to me. It's a lot of words thrown together. Sound nice and pretty for legal students, but I think essentially what that means is that they can say that one thing is another. It could be a different degree. It could be a lesser degree, depending on what actions were taken, whatever happened during that period of time, whatever is occurring. And also, I must take a break to do subscribe, Smooth Tunes. Spirit Smooth Tunes. I'm messing up there. I'm a little thrown off today. Spirit Smooth Tunes on YouTube.com. I got a little poll going saying if Tory Lanez should be freed or not. Do you think he should be freed? I don't think he should be freed. I think he should, spend his days probably walking dogs and doing yoga and having cold air in the summer and heat in the winter, and getting his commissary full with his ramen noodles and his Oreos and all that. So, I mean, I don't think there's. I don't want to say. I don't know. There could be another Fleece Johnson roaming about. There's over 2 million prisoners in the American judicial, justice system, and I don't think Fleece was the only one who was the booty warrior. I don't think he is the only one. I doubt that. That's out of 2 million. There's got to be a few more. You got to grab a boyfriend and have your own way of living under those circumstances. But no, he denied the plea deal. He rejected it. He could have had 4 years and probably even less. But he'll probably get less anyway. That's what I'm saying. It's like we've covered this ground before with when he was first sentenced. He's going to good behavior. He's probably going to study. If he did he get his high school diploma? Did he get his GED? He get a college degree in prison sometimes. He can develop himself. He can study and learn a trade. All kinds of things now happen in prisons that you wouldn't normally expect. He'd go to the library and just look up different law books and see if he can find a way to get that deal for 4 years. So that's the gist of it. That's the whole meaning of what it means to reject plea deal. And the number one answer is the offer really isn't a deal. If the prosecution is making an offer that is equal to the sentencing guidelines, you really aren't getting a deal. Most judges, even after conviction, will determine a sentence based on a set of guidelines that are published. Going to trial isn't about proving your innocence or even being innocent, but your risk versus reward of litigation. That kind of hit me. That did it hit me when I did a little research on that, because it's you're not trying to prove your innocence. You're just trying to see what the legal functioning happens. You're trying to see what happens within the judiciary process. It's not about you. Of course it's about you, but I'm saying for any person that's on trial, it's a problem when it comes to the point where you have a plea deal on the table. You saying, "No, I'm all right. I'm not gonna take that." That's 4 years versus 10 years, and the 4 years will probably be knocked down to 2 years, but the 10 years probably gonna be knocked down to 7 years, depending on whatever case, whatever behavior that Tory Lanez exhibits within the cell walls, then behind the wall. That's exactly what we're doing right now. We're having a discussion on this exclusive, this DJ Vlad exclusive. If you remember from the Star and Buck Wild days, you remember this is a 50 cent. This is a 50 cent. This is 50 exclusive, and this is a DJ Vlad TV exclusive. This is exclusive. This happened just a few minutes ago. A little over, I think, what is it? A little over an hour ago. Oh, this for what? For something that happened, and it's just a sad for everybody involved. Even Megan Thee Stallion. Even for her, this is an embarrassment. Not because it's against her, but just the fact that she has to be involved and have to relive and have to undergo this whole over and over again. Even in the news now, she has to read and look up on VladTV and say, "Oh my God, you're talking about this again. I'm trying to put this behind me, trying to get this music out." I think she got a new song coming out pretty soon. It's just like how do you even consider the facts that Tory Lanez, did something that was wrong. That was completely irrational, completely against the boundaries of reason, against all truth and all things that are righteous. He went against that. And now he's serving that time since December 2022. He's been locked up. And he'll continue to be locked up. Probably, I'll say till 2027. He might do it 4 years. They might do the play deal. Or it could be, the full 2033. We don't know. Who knows? I just was reading about a child murderer that got off because he was saying, and he's free. He's on his own volition in these streets or in his house or somewhere free, not behind bars, killed a child, raped and killed a child, tortured and killed a young boy, and he's free in the world. I can't believe something. And then they have drug dealers. Then you have people like Donald Trump that want to have death sentences for drug dealers. That's how crazy we're in this life. That's how insane the judicial system can be. How you get more time for selling dope than murder, as Jeezy once said. In this crazy world, and I can't say much else because I'll get a copyright strike. But Tory Lanez. It's another tragedy all the way around. Shakespeare would have a field day with this, Chekhov, Ibsen, Strindberg. They would have a fantasy. They would have a field day. They have a ball with the tragic elements of this case. I mean, it's already in development. There's a docu-series, I think, coming out, or at least a show episode called 5 Shots about Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Go figure. It's I think it's gonna be on Discovery. Don't hold me to that. I'm a little off today, but when it comes to Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion, it's just a sad situation all the way around. All the way around, it's a tragedy. She can go on with her career, but it's forever going to be stained. It's ever going to be marred, and not her fault. There's going to be an entry in Wikipedia. There's going to be an entry in some bios that she has, and newspaper articles and TV shows. It says, well, she was involved in a felony assault charge that she wasn't a part of, but she was the victim of. Like, they're gonna have to the victimizer. No matter what, I'm doing it right now. You can't escape it. I'm trying to tell you the truth, and there's no way you can get around it. You can't get around the truth. It's just the facts and the reality of it all. That's the truth of it. So you have, Tory Lanez in prison right now, as it stands, a decade of, that's some years. That's 10 years to be exact, but a decade so far. Depending on whatever happens, he'll be in there for 10 years, a decade. And for what? I mean, I'll go back to the 5 reasons that you don't take a plea deal. Like I said, the prosecution's case is based entirely on hearsay evidence. There was not hearsay evidence in this case. There was clear evidence. They said that they had 5 shots. They counted from the firearm. They counted that the account was that he shot at her feet and said try to make her dance by discharging the weapon. Those were felony actions. Discharging a weapon, shooting at someone else. These are felonies. And he had 10 years, might have been, a lenient sentence. He could have got more years. He could have, shot actually into her flesh. And that would have been more years. That could have been attempted murder. Or even murder if he had killed her. There is no God, but thank God he didn't do that. For everybody's sake, for his own sake, definitely for Megan Thee Stallion's case. But that's all how this plays out. This is how the legal system plays out. You don't accept the deal because of the fact that you're trying to get, you're trying to just reduce your sentence. You're trying to, like I said, you're not trying to show that you're either innocent or guilty, or show, plead that within the court system. You're trying to show, that there's litigation going on. That's basically it. Here's something. There's motions to suppress evidence. Here's interesting. Ask the court to throw out critical pieces of evidence such as drugs from narcotics prosecution, blood alcohol concentration or content, BAC, results from DUI or drunk driving case, and even a gun from a VUFA case. Motions to suppress are based on the 4th Amendment to the United States Constitution, which protects a person against unreasonable searches and seizures. So was that the case here with Tory Lanez? Was that really the case? Was this true? Is this what happened? Is this what really went down? I think all the evidence came in, and if you want to suppress it, I think it's a little bit too late. Because you have her, Megan Thee Stallion's testimony, you have her saying, how Tory Lanez was very, she's saying that she wished she had shot and killed her. That's what she said during the trial. She was tearful. This is the pain and suffering. This is how he could have got hemmed up and still might get hemmed up. I don't know what the statute of limitations or the legal limit is for you to get a civil suit. She could get a civil suit out of him. Not just the criminal, but she could sue him for pain and suffering. And for, like I said, making her whole image now have to say, oh, well, that's the girl that, Tory Lanez shot at. Oh my God, how is she? Is she okay? Like she can't be okay. Like you have to ask her, is she okay? Is she all right? Is she stable? Is her mind right? Did she lose her mind in all this? Did she go crazy? That's where we are right now with Tory Lanez. You see him in the mugshot, he's smiling. He knows what's going to happen. I don't know. Like I said, Fleece Johnson got released. He's got a wife. But when he was behind bars, he said, I can't repeat everything he said, but, he said, I sees you, I likes you, and I'm going to have you. That's Fleece Johnson. When he was behind the wall. He was taking people's booties, men's booties, behind the wall. It's a homosexual act, but it's more than just physically homosexual. It's homosexual. It's a male and a man having sexual intercourse. But when you look at it psychologically, it's just domination. Like somebody say, like Like Troy Star Terrain said, he would have a man rub his back, not because he's gay, but because it's about domination. It's about being the top dog. It's about being the one in charge. It's about being the boss. That's the truth. That's the reality of it. And Tory Lanez is a short dude. He's not a big, bulky, hulking, tough guy. He's just a young little guy. He's like 5'7" or something. I don't know how tall he is. He's not that tall. So when it comes to this case, it appears that he denied the plea deal only because of the fact that he wanted to go to trial. He wanted to go to trial. He knew what happened. He wanted to go to trial, though. He knew that he could go down for more than, or a decade or more. Yet he continued on for the trial. So he had multiple convictions, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm, having a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging a firearm with gross negligence. Okay, it's coming from VladTV. That is the saddest part of this whole saga. That everything, it seems most things turn out awful, but they begin trivial, playful. If you just stepped into the room, put a 1 up so I know you're here, please. I know that I have to see who's tracking and see if you can do the poll. I'm just testing the poll out. So if you're in the room, in the chat room, make sure you engage with the poll and let me know who's here. Thank you very much. All right. So Tory Lanez behind bars, behind the wall. Okay, we're getting 0 again. So there's one person in here, and I guess there's one person in here because I can't tell with YouTube. But he's behind the wall. He is definitely behind the wall, and he denied the plea deal because he wanted to go to trial. And I guess he didn't see Megan Thee Stallion crying her eyes out on the stand, saying, I wish he would have killed me, shot and killed me. Like that was enough for the jury, probably, just to see, hearing that. And once they were presented with the evidence, that just took it over the top. That just took it to another level. That took it to a different place for everyone, for all the people involved. Tory Lanez could have had the 4 years, but he chose to have more years because he had it in his mind that he could fight it. He could fight the trial. He could come out, as innocent or not guilty. It's proper. Again, whoever's in the live chat, engage with the poll and let me know who is here, because it says one person is here in the viewership. I don't know if it's Richard James. I don't know if it's Greg S. Looks like somebody's already engaging with the poll, said no, 100%. So 100% so far, people say no, Tory Lanez should not get out of prison. People are having T-shirts probably drawn up, signs, like he's Huey P. Newton or something like that. If you don't know Huey P. Newton, do your Googling or ask your parents. Swole Porter! What's with the filling to the count? Oh, man. Okay. Swole Porter, you're not up to speed. Swole Porter, salute. Salute. The Cowboys gear is my dad's. I'm in his office / caveman, man cave. I'm really off today. I'm way off today. I don't know what. I'm not high. I'm not drunk. I'm not anything. I'm just off today. I'm in his man cave right now. Yeah, I'm off the hook. All right, salute, respect the target. $80. Now you don't have to do all the $80. You can do chip in $10, $20 when people get here. People will start getting here later in the show, around the 58-minute mark. They start getting understanding of what the show is about, and then they take it to the next level. But Swole Porter, if you've got $5, $10, $20, I would gratefully appreciate a dollar, and thank you very much. If you could just tell 10 people about this show. If you've got 10 friends or less than 10 friends, how many friends you got? Just take 3 or 4 of them and don't tell the 5th or the 6th one, and let them wonder what this goofball is doing on this YouTube screen. Yeah, I don't at the time, but I think you meant but supported before school started. Yes, you did. You definitely supported before school started. I appreciate it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at one of your cash apps. I appreciate it. That is true. Swolenomics. You definitely contributed. So I appreciate that. And like I said, just tell more people. You don't have to spend money. They'll spend money, most likely. But I'm talking to, in your case, you'll spend money. Okay, yeah. Okay, good to go. That's why I need money. You play sax, great. Yeah, if the audio isn't that great, I should get a microphone. And my lifestyle, and how I live. It's for the show to make it sound better, make it look better, make it have maybe I have sound effects and stuff like that. I don't. Who knows this? The sky isn't the limit. Okay, I'm limitless. The sky is the limit. No, it's limitless. So that's pretty cool that you play sax. That's awesome. Great. What do you think about the Tory Lanez rejection on the plea deal? What do you think about that? If you're on a computer, you should get OBS for video production. It's free. I'll look into that. I never heard of that. I think that sounds cool. OBS. I'll definitely look into that. I appreciate that. Thank you. OBS. I'm gonna write that down. OBS. OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. All right. I'll definitely look into that. Thank you. Appreciate that. And it seems like, and deport him. Okay, yeah, deport him. Yeah, he should go back to Canada, right? Shouldn't he go back to Canada? I mean, I don't know what their prison system is like. It could be even worse or even better than American. I don't know what I can only have an idea of the country of Canada. They seem very lax. They don't, they're non-aggressive. They don't have too many, shootings and too many terrible issues with gun violence or anything like that. So I want to see what he's going to be like if they do deport him back to Canada. And they could take his dad with him too. They could take his dad too. He was wild. He was wilding at the trial. He was saying crazy stuff. But I appreciate you, Swole Porter. Thank you for you stepping up, stepping in. Like I said, you definitely put down dollars before. If you just tell some friends, just tell 3 friends and leave the 4th one out. Let them wonder. That'd be much appreciated. And his hair and his hairline, exactly. Yeah, it's got the wig pushed back. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So all right. So to wrap it all up, to put a finite cap on it, Tory Lanez rejects or denied plea deal for 4 years, has all these felony convictions, which he garnered, and they stuck. All the charges stuck like sticky paper. And He's doing 10 years. He's doing a decade for what he did. The truth, anyhow. All right, my favorite time of the show, my favorite period. What is it, kids? Ruler of the kingdom of the air. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the artwork and the audio rather than just the story. The artwork is the credit card. The credit card that you see on this show that's promoting Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. Now, that credit card relates to the story because the father, Green Stockwell, is a senior vice president at a Delaware credit card company. And at this time in the Delaware history, it's not known for credit cards. Within a decade, within about, a little over maybe 11 years, 12 years, it will have been the corporate capital and the credit card capital of the world, Delaware, little Delaware. So that's something to behold. That's something to definitely take into consideration. I just did a poll where I said, should Tory Lanez be freed? And I got 100% no. I think that was all Swole Porter. I appreciate that. I'm going to do another poll. Let me see. Here's a Q&A. Well, this is my little poll. This is my tiny Q&A I'm doing right now. And then Greg S comes in. No money having. No money having Greg S. This is the serious part. I get it right here. This is what I'm talking about. I'm putting in some serious stuff right now. Because I know Greg S is broke. He ain't got no money. Still, I guess payday is tomorrow. I'm waiting for that big dollar amount to come in. But anyway, all right. So, rule of the kingdom of the air. The credit card is a symbol. It's an emblem of worth, of net worth, of having the ability to use a card. But it's even deeper than that. It's the fact that he's works in the financial system. He created in his own mind a way of scaling the ladder, to one of the highest positions, a senior vice president at a corporation, Delacredit. And he is very, satisfied with himself. He has a home with a child, with his wife and his child. They have a great life. They live in Newark, but commute to Wilmington. It's a wonderful situation. He and the credit card has my name on it, Skylar Saunders, but that's just to show you that it's the story. But you should read it. And at the top, it says, search for and read Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air on vocal.media. That's vocal.media. So you make sure you get to know and understand what it means to read that story, what it's all about. But I also have audio of the story. I have audio produced brilliantly by Mr. Ralph Anthony Garcia. He has an excellent job with turning my story into something that's alive. When you just, it's great on the paper and it's great on the page, but when you have the sound and the voice modulation, it just gives it a richness. It gives it a great, profundity that may not be discovered just reading on internet page. So, but I do appreciate the internet page because that's how I get paid. But I'm using his idea of audio to better promote my brand. That's what I'm saying. That's the case that's there. So it just is under 300 views. The United Ronin Networks it's at 298 views. And that was 2 weeks ago. So I'm not mad. I'm glad it's not 0 views. He did a great job. He deserved the pay. Oh man. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, see, I shut down the poll too early. A beautiful young lady, Angie Cooper. Hi, how are you doing, young lady? How are you? Ralph Reeves is Ralph Anthony. He is a gentleman that does a lot of books. He does a lot of different stuff, work for audio, and I appreciate what he did for me. We've had work done earlier in past years as well, and he's always been a professional about his. I appreciate him. I always appreciate him. It is my okay. He said, "Very Greg S. This is Greg S. speaking. Everybody, this is the who is great. I'm not stop. I don't stop him from trouble. I'm not gonna report him. I'm not gonna do anything. Angie's broke just like me. How do you know? You counting her pockets? You counting her purse, her pocketbook. But I thank you for saying I'm an accomplished writer. I think I'm an accomplished writer only because I've earned that. I'm not just saying it because it sounds nice. I've been writing since I was 9 years old or 10 years old, as something that made an impact. I've been writing probably since I was 4 years old, but I didn't know what it was. I was just writing letters and stuff like that and squiggly lines. But the thing is, Angie, I'm speaking to Angie now. Angie, girl, if you got the money, that's fine. If you don't got the money, tell 2 or 3 friends about my show. Saying this guy is goofy. He's a goofball. He's weirdo, but he says some things that are important and let me know what's going on. So take that, let that be known. I don't care if you're broke. I don't care. Just as long as you're here, I'm glad that you even showed up. I'm glad you posted up, and I appreciate it. Thank you. So back to Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. The audio is, it's pitch perfect. It has, moments where I'm just, how did he do that? I'm like, he had the voice all right. He has the inflection perfectly. He did it. I'm not just saying this to hype him up or to pump up his ego or anything like that. I'm just saying that the facts. He put it to a level where anyone could understand, and he had a way of conveying the message that had the right inflection, had the right diction, had the right way of speaking it, did not have any stumbles or fumbles or mumbles. He did it like brilliantly. I have to give him maximum credit for that. So, we have the two things. The two things that are the selling points: the credit card, and this is the thing too. This another professional that I have to give credit to. He's not on YouTube that I know of, but his name is Thank you, Angie. Yeah, you tell them, Angie, tell them. Now, when you tell them, make sure you put in a 5, 10, or 20 too to back up your words. I'll take the 5, 10, or 20 because I know you support the machine. I'll take the 5, 10s, or 20s. Angie, appreciate you. I really do. I really do appreciate anyone and everyone that comes through, comes in the live chat. I'm trying to get my weight up, trying to get my work up. But I'll get back to that. But his name is Kurt DZ, or Designs by Kurt. He is a monster. At first, this is just recently, the credit card that I asked him, it was my fault. Because I didn't explain it specifically. You have to be specific what you want. I said, design a credit card that would have my name on it, and for the good through it would say Infinity, and at the top it would say Della Credit, and it would be blue and gold. And he did it perfectly. It looked immaculate. It was wonderful. There's 4 people in here. Yes, you are great, Angie. If you could just chip in $5, $10, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. My Cash App. One more time, let me see. Cash App. All right, that's my Cash App for any of you. I'm not just talking about Angie, but she, declared that she's not broke. So, but Greg S is broke. And Swell Porter seems to be still in the room, but he hasn't been, chiming in that much. But I appreciate what he had to say as well. But no, he does excellent designs. He does all my work for, when I do stuff for the choice, the Star Report. When everything happens for the Star Report, I go to Kurt first. So he has me. He did the infamous / famous one where I had the razor burn. You see the razor burn anymore? It's kind of cleared up. See, it's cleared up. It's cleared up for the most part, But at the time, it wasn't so clear. It was a little choppy. It was looking kind of messy. And I didn't even realize it. And, I called Mr. Troy Star Terrain calls me. He's like, we could have had that, that could have been blotted out. You could have had that worked out. We could have figured it out. But I was like, it's all right. It's more real. I'm not going to try to fake the front because people are going to see me in the street like, oh, you got razor burn, man. I didn't see that in the banner. So anytime I make a banner, I'm probably going to ask them to, just keep it true, whatever it is. All right. So, Angie's Cooper saying, sure. Okay. So, she sees my Cash App. Figuring us out like Kim the Photoshop. Wow, okay, that seems like a hard shot. But there are currently 3 people in here that I know of. It could be YouTube just saying now it's 5 people. Okay, there's 5 people in this room. Somebody can give up $5 or $10 just to keep this machine running, just to so I can satisfy the requirements that it takes to be an official commentator on this channel. I know it's % more, but hold on. It takes a little while, Angie, so I'll wait. Hold on. It takes a little while. I'm still looking at it. It's going through. It's going through. Still get it. I'm waiting on it. But I'm gonna talk. So Kurt DZ, Ralph Anthony Garcia, these are the truest men, stand-up guys, great gentlemen who have, shown themselves worthy, of being in the media. They know how to figure out what to do, and they get a good pay for it too. Don't get it twisted. They get for it. Okay, I'm not seeing. Hold on. No, I'm not seeing it, Angie. Hold on. Hold on, darling. I'm not seeing it. I don't know. Could just be me. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Welcome. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, Angie. Don't trust her. She didn't send anything. I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying I don't see it. That's all I'm going to say, Angie, because I know you support the machine by even coming in here and being on here for so long while I talk about my short story. Now, most people drop off around this time. I don't know if you dropped off around this time, but send me a little something, Angie, so I can make it sure it works. Oh, that's okay. That's going somewhere else. That's redirecting, I think that's called. You know, you're on my show and you're trying to redirect money from my show. I'm gonna slow that down, Greg S. I'm not gonna report you. I'm not gonna, say, but I'm just warning you. Slow that down. Slow that down. I think that's called redirecting. Wi-Fi is bad at the park. What park are you at right now? I don't know. I'm having fun with it. Like I said, rule of the kingdom of the air. There's myriad people, supporting me. Of course, like I said, Mr. Choice Star Terrain, he just, put up a post with the credit card that I alluded to earlier. It's a different feel for it now. I won't give my location, Greg S says, so you guys can rob me. Okay. Are you on the East Coast or the West Coast or the dirty South? Or are you in the Midwest? That's all I need to know. That's it. Just to get my research up to see who I'm reaching. But yeah, 2:2 in your Bible, in that good book. As they say, I wouldn't say it's a good book, but it's a book about mythology, and that's about it. Hint: I am where Star used to live. Okay, so you're somewhere in the 404, I guess, in that region, in that area code. In the 404, am I wrong or am I right? But it's been something that is always meant something to me. It's always something that I wanted to speak about, and I'm finally able to do it. It will be there because Cash App is slow. Okay, it was pretty fast for my other ones. I'm not, like I said, I'm not denying you, Angie. I'm just saying I don't see it. When it finally comes out, I say, thank you, girl. That's all I needed. And I got 4 people with 4 likes, and that is tremendous for me at this point of the show, because most people drop off at this time because they don't want to hear anything about with that corny little boy trying to talk about his short story. State's pending. Okay, it's pending. Okay. I'm rolling with you, Angie. I'm not denying you. Have I denied her, Greg? It states waiting to complete. Okay. Now this is building tension. This is a good waiting for the climax of the story. This is good. This is good. This is good. Tension builder. Allows you to really, focus on what is going on. Gives you a sense of what is really true and what is really not. So I just dropped somebody. It's Cash App. I sent it to me. It's Cash App. Yeah. I don't know. Did you put in my name right? You have the name correct? The $, SKYLER. SAUNDERS 1. I think the S's are capitalized too. I'll take it, girl. I'm all right with you. I'm just waiting with you. I'm waiting with you. We'll see what it goes. Greg says nope. Look at this. 5 people in the room. 5 people. I didn't even realize it. I might do another poll. Let me do another poll while we're doing something like this. Would you recommend? Angie's a trickster. I don't think so, because she has supported this machine in the past, so I appreciate it. Would you recommend? There we go. Would you recommend? All right, check out this new poll. Check out the new poll. Bam. This is something I'm very interested in. Because 100% of the people will definitely, recommend Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air to a friend. That's encouraging. Are more chapters coming? I think so. I can't just hear their voices. I just get writing. He just out hitting licks. Yeah, well, as long as she is safe and keeps everybody else safe, I guess. No, seriously, don't hit licks. Don't look for money legitimately. I'm not going to advocate for that. No. Yours is Small Brook Condo, right, Angie? Is that correct? Am I right about that? Let me know. Is it Small Brook Condo? Is that right? Are you saying no to me? Small Brook Condo? I don't know. But hey, this is what it's about. This is what it's about. Ruler of the Kingdom of the Air. Getting more views, getting more attention. I'm going to be number 1. I'm going to win this thing. I'm not going to, shy away and say, oh, it's just great to be nominated. Stuff like that. No. I'm going to be number 1. This is the first opportunity I've had in a long time where I might have it. You're already in my Cash App. So I'm asking you, are you Mallard Brook Condo? Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it. But I'm asked about if there are more chapters coming soon. I think so. I want to say yes. There are. There are more chapters coming soon. I'm not sure how exactly how I want to do this. If I want to take this to a publisher that's beyond the internet, that's actually like a traditional one without getting lost in the sauce and the slush pile. That's something I don't want to do. I want them to see that I'm able to garner enough people, because that's not even a guarantee. You can have 10 million subscribers and you can have over 1 billion views or reads, and they still look like that's for the internet. I don't know if it'll be able to sell for the traditional way of publishing. That's what they'll say. And they'll look at me like I'm a chump when I know I'm a champ, and not understand the full meaning behind what I want to do with my stories and my story. So that's what I want to do. I love vocal.media. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a great site. It's very little funds, but you can make money. I made over $2,000 in earnings and tips. And none of that was taxes. None of that taxed. How? How you say over $600? Isn't that taxed? Well, I'll explain very simply. The tips are under $600. The earnings, by way of reads on stories, is under $600, and the individual challenges that I won were under $600 as well. So that's how that happened. But they all added up, and you get to over $2,000. So I think that's a good haul for a site that nobody has ever said anything to me in the streets about. I had to have a Facebook ad. A Facebook ad. It was amazing. It just popped up in 2017, right after I got done with the sloppy writers page, fake pages, or flub pages, and I was like, man, I gotta get another site. And it was like perfect timing. It's perfect timing. I got on this site. I didn't make much. I didn't make any dent really. Then I just kept going forward, further and further. I kept going forward, and I didn't stop. Put it up there one last time. It's not just for you, Angie. For anybody else that wants to chime in, put up their ideas. 2 votes. So, within these last few moments, I just want to thank everybody that is on board with this story and what it means and how much it means to me. Everybody's that I've noticed said it was well written but puzzling. Said I did a great job dealing with the colorism and the idea of the black and what people think about of Ham and Canaan, different things like that. So honestly, to be truthful, it's still saying it's waiting. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You can have Cash App doesn't close from what I know. You can donate at a time of your convenience, at another space and time, maybe later on this evening, later on the night, maybe tomorrow morning. And Cash App doesn't close. Only this stream will close in the next few seconds, because I've hit the hour mark. And so I'm ending it right now. I thank you very much. Salute to all the people that came through. Greg S., Swole Porter, and of course, Angie Cooper. Still trying to work it out. I appreciate you, girl. Salute to you. Take care.